Have you ever felt like your relationships are just kind of happening to you? Like you're a passenger, not the one steering the ship? Well, the big idea we're digging into today from Steve Chandler's fantastic book is that great relationships aren't something you just stumble upon. Nope, they're built. And today, we're going to unpack the blueprint.
So Chandler starts with this metaphor that it really hits you. He says, all a dead fish can do is react. Live fish don't react, they create. Just picture it. A dead fish just gets tossed around by the current, right? It bumps into stuff, gets stuck, absolutely no control. And if we're really being honest with ourselves, isn't that how we sometimes feel in our relationships? Just reacting to whatever life throws at us?
And that right there is what he calls the dead fish dilemma. It's that feeling of not being in the driver's seat. You're just reacting to what people say, what they do, their moods, just letting the current of life push you wherever it wants.
I mean, think about it. Someone says something sharp at work, you get a short email, somebody cuts you off on the highway, and suddenly your whole day is ruined. If that sounds familiar, you've basically handed the controls to your own happiness over to other people. And man, is that an exhausting way to live? Always waiting for the next little thing to knock you off balance. But what if there's another way, right? A way to stop being that dead fish and become the live fish, the one that actively chooses where it's going. Well, that's exactly what we're about to get into. Okay, so Chandler boils it down to this really fundamental choice, and it's a choice you get to make in every single interaction. This isn't about who you are as a person. It's not a personality type. It's all about your mindset. In any given moment, are you going to be a reactor or are you going to be a creator? So let's break this down. Over on the left, you've got the reactor. Chandler says this is basically our low-energy kind of lizard brain kicking in. It's just stimulus response. Somebody pushes your buttons, you react. Simple. But then, look at the right side, the creator. This is where you engage your full human imagination. You're not just following some pre-written script. You're creating the outcome you want. You take ownership, and you feel empowered because of it. And here's the best part, seriously. This is not a life sentence. You're not stuck being a reactor forever. In any moment, you can consciously choose to shift. You can jump off that bumpy reactive road and get onto the smooth, creative one. Just knowing you have that choice, well, that's the first step to changing absolutely everything. Okay, so how do we actually do it? How do we make that shift? The first tool in the toolbox is a really fun one, the element of surprise. See, reacting is totally predictable, but creating, that's all about being unexpected. And Chandler tells this amazing story that just nails this point. All right, picture this. There's this college kid, and his relationship with his girlfriend, Heather, has just fallen apart. And now it's her birthday. The totally predictable, reactive thing to do would be what? Maybe send a lame text, or just ignore it completely to avoid the drama, right? But this guy, he decides to be a creator. He goes out and puts on a full-on tuxedo. Yeah, a tuxedo. Not for some big date. Remember, they're broken up. He does it just to show up at her door, hand her a single rose and a card, say, "Happy birthday," and then leave. That's it. It was completely unexpected, totally creative, and had zero strings attached. And the result? That one single, surprising, creative gesture, it completely shattered the old, broken pattern. It opened up a brand new possibility for them. And a few months later, they were engaged to be married. That, right there, is the power of doing the unexpected. All right, tool number 2 is all about dodging a huge trap that, let's face it, we all fall into, trying to change other people. It makes sense on the surface, doesn't it? If they would just stop doing that, everything would be fine. But here's the thing, it always backfires. Let's just walk through this cycle of doom, shall we? So, first, you try to change someone by basically making them feel wrong. What happens next? Well, of course, they feel criticized. And bam! Their defenses go sky high. And then, to defend themselves, they double down on the exact thing you're complaining about. And the punchline? The behavior you wanted to change is now even stronger. You've literally made the problem worse. Whoops. So what's the escape hatch? Well, the only person you can ever truly change is you. And Gandhi said it best, right? You must be the change you wish to see in other people. Instead of pouring all that energy into trying to fix someone else, turn it inward. Focus on your own actions, your own mindset. You become the change, and watch how the world around you starts to shift. Okay, our third tool is maybe the most underrated superpower in the entire relationship universe, and that is simply listening. I mean, really listening. Just listen to this quote from the book. It's so beautiful. Listening is a magnetic and strange thing, a creative force. When we are listened to, it creates us, makes us unfold and expand. Wow. It's not just about being quiet while someone else talks, is it? It's a creative force. I mean, think about it. The people you feel closest to, I'm willing to bet they're the ones who really, truly listen to you. They give you the space to just be. And this brings us to a really simple but powerful practice, the gift of silence. Here's the challenge for you. Next time someone comes to you with a problem, fight that urge to jump in and fix it, or teach, or give advice. Just for a minute, try giving them the gift of your quiet, focused attention. It's one of the most generous things you can do because it shows you trust them to figure it out. So let's tie all of this together. The thread connecting everything we've talked about, the surprise, not changing people, the listening, it's all about one massive shift in how you see things. It's about realizing your relationship isn't something that just happens to you. It's something you create. And I love this quote from Picasso. All children are artists. The trick is to remain an artist. Think about that. As kids, we're naturally creative. We build forts, we invent games. We're all born artists. The real challenge is just to hang on to that as we grow up. But here's what happens, right? As adults, we take that incredible power of imagination and we turn it into a worry machine. We imagine all the things that could go wrong. To build amazing relationships, we've got to take back our imagination. Use it for creation, not for anxiety, just like we did when we were kids. So this is the big takeaway. Stop treating your relationships like the weather. Something you just have to endure and complain about. Start seeing them for what they are. A blank canvas, an opportunity. They are a work of art. And you are the artist. So that's the question I want to leave you with. In all the little interactions you're going to have today, are you going to react like that dead fish? Or are you going to create like an artist? What masterpiece will you start working on today?
Rise up, rise high. Let your spirit take flight. Chase the stars, never back down from the fight. We're warriors inside.